Well, hello again and welcome back. Just a very short little update video. I've come this morning to the narrowboat. We've had an awful lot of rain in the last sort of 5 to 7 days here, particularly yesterday and over the weekend. I've never seen the river running. The river is closed. The Environment Agency, fly red flags, and I get a text to say that navigation is not suitable on the river. It's dangerous. Obviously there's quite a fast current running on the river at the moment. This marina is off the main river, although this does come up, but the moorings here are floating moorings, so it's brilliant. There's no worries. Your boat, although you might be higher up, your mooring comes up with your boat if you get the drift. Like most modern moorings, so not an issue. But it does, being a traditional style narrowboat with the back open there, the boards don't seal particularly well. But I'm delighted. There was just a little drop of rainwater in there, hardly next to nothing. So that was my main reason for coming this morning. But I thought you'd give you a little update. I have been coming to the boat. I haven't been doing a lot of jobs. Outside pressures, sadly influence you what you can and can't get done. In my view, you'll see from my channel, these are very long-term projects. I have no, it doesn't bother me if it takes months, years, or it's in the back of my mind to do it, and I very often get round to do it at a point. There is no set time. The next job that I am going to do on this boat before the winter is fit the Webasto Diesel heater. That is really the last job. They say it's been totally replumbed, totally rewired. The inside fittings are quite, for a little holiday weekend, 2 or 3 weeks away boat, it's fine. It's in nice condition inside still. So now it's been rewired and so been replumbed. It wasn't possible, as I've explained in other videos. Vetus, this has got a little small Vetus diesel engine, and I wanted to put the calorifier off the engine water circuit. So obviously as you're going along, it heated the calorifier in a coil, so it gave you domestic hot water that way, as well as it's got a 1 kilowatt immersion heater if you're on shore power. But Vetus advised me that you could buy a kit from them to do this. I think it was some grandiose price, about £80 for a few fittings. They said, the technical guy there was very honest and very open, which was good of him, and he said I wouldn't buy it. It doesn't work. These engines run, particularly smaller diesels that Vetus make, run particularly cold. He said, you probably cruise all day, and in your case, perhaps in the immediate future the boat isn't going on any long cruises. He said you'll never get hot water that way. He did suggest another way around the situation and sent me some technical details, but that meant taking bits and pieces of the engine off, drilling and tapping the thermostat housing, and I didn't fancy going down that route. So hence why I started putting this Webasto heater kit together. If you're out and about on the boat and you don't have access to shore power, you can still have hot water. There is a couple of videos of me running it on the patio at home, if you're interested in that. We are about to fit it. I have, before any says whoa, I have fitted these heaters before. I do have experience and knowledge. I will be following the regulations set out by the boat safety certificate for inland craft. So the fuel supply will be in copper. It'll have a separate feed off the fuel tank. One tries to do it as safely as possible. These heaters cannot be fitted in cabin space. It has to be what they deemed as non-living space, so that narrows it down here to the engine compartment. I have a location which, when we start to fit it, I will show you where that's going and what that entails, and we'll see how it fits, how it works, if it performs okay. It performed very well on the patio at home, but that's a different ball game altogether. If I get the camera, sorry if it's a bit shaky, and we look down there, there is the heater already. I've got it, just doing a bit of preparation work on it. So it's all ready. As I say, it's going to be bracketed on to a section, to a bulkhead in the engine compartment, and then it's a question of hooking the electrics up to it and the fuel supply, and then obviously sorting the heater hoses out to the calorifier. I also intend to put a little radiator off that into the toilet compartment, because I was told that would be advisable. Otherwise it probably, you know, wouldn't run well. You want another outlet. Apparently it could run other radiators, which in future, well, you know, we might have a warm air blown radiator further up the seating end of the boat up here, but that's for the future. So yeah, that's coming up shortly. We're really starting to fit that. I intended to do it in the spring, and look, here we are, it's the autumn and it's still on the floor there, but such is life. That's no problem to me. I often come to the boat. Obviously I don't video every time I come to the boat. I come and enjoy the boat and do little bits and pieces on that wouldn't really warrant making a video. Really pleased. Bit of a mess there at the moment this morning. I'm really pleased with how the sinks have held up. I've used them quite a bit, had boiling water down the painted sinks, the tiled surface. I think it's going to, as I've said in previous videos, these stick and go tiles, they're going to mark pretty easy, but you just have to be careful with them, and they're really so much better, and they're quite hard wearing. If you spill anything, it wipes up easy. It's quite clean. It's so much more cleaner and more hygienic than the surface that was there before, which looked very dull and dingy. So I'm really pleased with that. My scumble glazing at the front there is really looking as good as ever, and I'm really pleased. If we come there again, it's so dark in here, I don't know how well you'll see that if I come on the angle. You know, it's really had, I think in total it had 3 coats of varnish on it, so that's looking really good. I'm really pleased with that. I want to do the doors, the back doors like that, this finish, so that I should be doing that eventually, and I might even do those front doors out to the cratch area. They have got very weather beaten and worn. I don't think those marks would come off. It's obviously watermarks, you know, when it's rained, and I think before I bought the boat the cratch cover was really got holes in, so it rained in and the wind blew in and it's got on the, you know, worked its way through and made the wood very discoloured. So I was going to probably scumble glaze those panels eventually and tidy that up, because I was so pleased with the finish and I thought that would look so much better on those doors. So yeah, there we go. That's just a little bit of an update on the NarrowBoat here, and please do come back and we'll have a look at fitting this Webasto heater and see how we get on, see if we can get it working on the boat. As I say, thanks for watching. Do subscribe as always, and those that have subscribed, thank you very much as always. I do appreciate it. I love your comments. I love answering your comments, or if you don't like it, fine, that doesn't worry us, you know, fair enough. We're all entitled to our opinions. So yeah, come back soon for some more videos, and bye for now anyway.